Okay, so we are going to do a little bit of an inequality review today because this is actually going to lead to a lot of things that we're going to end up doing later, especially when we get the budgets. This is for my math modeling class in the state of Alabama, but it could be used for Algebra 1. If you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell. It's going to be a good day, Tater. You should see all the tops of the heads of my students. I hope they are smiling as they are asleep this morning. Apparently, a lot of people were up. We're still trying to get in the swing of things. Okay, so translate each of the following to algebraic inequality. All right, not gonna lie, these are usually like my Achilles heel. Okay, there are some of these things that I have a hard time with. Okay, all right. And if you make a really good debate about why it could be one or the other, I agree. X is at most 30. Okay, so we have X and we have 30. Can it be less than 30? Yes. Can it be equal to 30? I would say so. Okay. Some people be like, no, it doesn't have the line. Honestly, I could see it going either way. I would actually think it would be if 30 is the most it can be. Okay, be equals. That would be great if we could cap my classes. I've gained 6 more kids in my. I'm going to be at 35 in my second block class pretty soon. It's going to be amazing. So great. Okay, the sum of 5x and 2. So sum means as. So this is 5x plus 2, and we got 14. All right, 14 is the smallest it can be. I would say it would be this. It could be greater than, and that's kind of hard to see right there. It can be greater than 14, but it can, it's kind of like there's an age limit. Okay, right now in the military, I think the age limit to join is 33 or 31. Kind of crazy. All right, the product of x and 7. Product means multiply. All right, this is one I definitely can get. Less than or equal to. Okay, those are really, really it. Okay. Now, this one is the one I always got people tripped up. 5 less than the number y. So this we have to have the number y, then 5 less than that. We did actually subtract. Is no more than 20. I would actually say that it would be that way without the line up underneath it. Okay. So for the 5 or 6 people that actually did this, or the 5 or 6 people that's paying attention now, since we had our little nappy nap, we should be okay. All right. Now, a lot of this, some of this isn't, I don't like stuff, especially in math, where it could seem like it go either way. Okay, a lot of this stuff is on, perspective, like with 1 and 4. Oops, sorry. All right, has everybody got those copied down? That's actually copying down notes. Yes, no, maybe, kind of, sort of. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's gonna be a good day, Tater. Unless you're a horned frog. Okay. So the sum of twice a number and 5. Okay. Sum of twice a number and 5. So that would be 2x plus 5. This is 15. At most, it can be is 15. I would actually say it'd be like that. Okay. Because it can be 15. Just it can be less than 15, but 15 is it. It's the top. All right. Now, remember, solving these are kind of like solving our equations from yesterday. You was here yesterday? Did you have internet access? Because the video lesson was recorded. It's on the Schoology. And the handouts are up here in the box if you ever miss a day. I'm all over this like a fat kid on a cupcake. Okay. Now, number six. Number six is a very typical, basic math type problem. Who needs multiple gallons of orange juice at once? I mean, if you're, I don't know. That doesn't seem like a really good thing to me. That's, you know. All right. So a gallon of orange juice is this. What's the maximum number? Okay. So if you were setting this up, remember also yesterday we talked about some of these you wouldn't have to set up. Okay. Now we have $15. We can spend exactly that or less. Okay. This is, I think the example I gave the first day of class, my parents would hand me a $10 bill to go to the concession stand. I could have got it, you know. So x is less than or equal 15 divided by 3.5. So 15 divided by 3.5. Okay. Now we're going to get some crazy like number. Okay. This is 4.28. Now, can you, it only says gallons. It doesn't say that you can buy 0.28 of a gallon of orange juice. Okay. It's not like you're going to the gas to the orange juice station and filling up your vehicle with orange juice. Okay. So actually the most we can buy would be 4. Okay. Wouldn't that be funny? That Bucky's would just have 90, 50,000 pumps just serving orange juice left and right. Okay. I'm the only one. Okay. All right. Good deal. Fine. By the way, if you are near a Shell station, I know it's kind of hard to get to one of these that's near here because of the roundabout and stuff, but I have their fuel rewards. You can get like 2 orange juices, and for every 2 orange juices you get 20 cents off a gallon. When I filled up on yesterday morning, I had like $1.35 off a gallon. I know it was almost like buying gas like in 2020. All right, 3 times the number. Okay, well, 3 times the number increased by 8 plus 8 is no more than the number decreased by 4. All right. Now, on the problems that we would actually have when we start getting into, our financial stuff and everything, it's very hard that we would actually have anything like number 7. But you would actually see stuff like number 7 on the ACT if you had to take it again. Remember, all the juniors had to take it again this um, spring. Now, I'm kind of stuck on the way that we used to teach this was algebra for mastery. We would say move all your variables to one side. We would always move them over to the left-hand side. Okay, so we would have 2x plus 8, negative 4, subtract 8, subtract 8. Okay. 2x is less than or equal to negative 12. Now, my answer is a negative. I did not multiply or divide by a negative. So I don't flip the inequality sign on that. Okay. Okay. We good? Yes. No. Sorry. My wife is texting me trying to figure out. The guy came out last Tuesday to survey the thing, still has not talked to the adjuster yet. So we don't know how long we're going to be out of our house. Hmm. It's weird. All right. So, believe it or not, all these problems are actually taken from Algebra 1 stuff we used to do. And we had a test where it had the I and the S, like you had to write the inequality and they do the solution. I had this really bright student one time that on the test, they wrote this. They had not been paying attention, so don't write that down. That's just what they wrote down. They wrote for the inequality for the I, they wrote isotopes. And for the solution, they wrote solids because that's what they thought they needed to do. I think that student got 0.5 out of 20 on that test. Yeah, super great. All right. They raised this much with their car wash. They want to buy 18 soccer balls. All right. So, didn't have so much discussion, so we could actually say that we can't spend more than 102, but we're actually going to say, oh gosh, I can't write. Can't write today. Couldn't talk yesterday. I just might need to go home. All right. You could actually set it up like this. A lot of this stuff, remember we talked about yesterday, we wouldn't have to set things up. A lot of y'all could actually read that and like, oh, we're just going to divide by 18 and that's it. Okay. All right. So this is 5.6 repeating. Now, I know we had a lot of people interested in soccer before finals because a lot of people were watching the World Cup instead of paying attention to the review in classes. It was great. It was a great time. But I'm pretty sure you can't buy .6 of a soccer ball. Can you buy .6 of a soccer ball? No. Okay. You can't. So this is, you can actually only buy 5. Okay. So of their amazing car wash of just $102, they can only buy 5 soccer balls for the soccer team. Okay. Unless they have a very small soccer team, I don't think that's going to be a good fundraiser. Because how many soccer balls y'all have? Like 85? It's a bunch. It's a bunch. Okay. You earn this much per hour and you need this. Okay. So now it's actually okay. Like if you're buying something, you're saving up to buy something, it's always better to have more money than less money. So we can actually, if you were to set it up, you could do it like that. A lot of people wouldn't set it up. They would actually go into the dividing it, which is fine. That's what I would do. You ask yourself, WWJD, what would Jeffries do? All right. 4.6 repeating. Now, I've worked for a long time. I've actually helped calculate people's paychecks. I've never paid somebody a .6 of an hour. Okay. That'd be 40 minutes. It's .6 of an hour. Never did that. 45, yes, it's easier. Okay. So we would actually need to work 5 hours to get that money. Okay. Because it says how many hours. Did it say how many partial hours or whatever? I just knocked something off. I'll get it later. It's not important. Okay. And I hope most people is earning more than that. Now, I don't know about servers now. And I know some of y'all can't be servers in certain places because the regulations of age and stuff, but hopefully you get more than that. All right. We're trying to increase our coin collection because I know that's exactly what everybody is worried about, increasing their coin collection, right? Valuable coins. Now, some of y'all's coin collection is about like mine. I have a small piggy bank type thing. I put all my coins in it at the end of the day. When it gets totally full, I'll roll them and I take them to the bank. Okay. That's my coin collection. And I hope I have over 500 coins when that happens. Okay. So it has to be at least. That means that's the smallest it can be. This would be 500 minus 375. Okay. This one's already set up. Some of y'all would already be thinking, oh, I've got this many. I have this many. I need this many more. Okay. Which would be 125 coins. Okay. See, 125 quarters. That would be $31.21. So that's pretty. That's almost like a quarter tank of gas. $31 and sorry. Technical support company charges $10 a month plus this per hour. Okay, this kind of stuff actually does happen. Okay, because sometimes people have to budget and stuff, even for businesses. Okay, we have $100 dog-eared for this. We can't spend more than it. We can spend 100 or less. So that's how we would set it up. Okay. So minus 10, and 35x less than or equal to 90. 35, 35. Okay. Now it's asking for hours. Okay. This is probably something that we would actually round down with because if we rounded up, we would probably be over budget. Okay. Because I don't think that 90 is divisible by 35. It's not. 2.57. Okay. Now, I would honestly, this is all we know. I would say 2 hours or at most 2.5 hours. And this is why. In the situation, we don't know. There are actually situations where they do a half hour. Has anybody ever had your vehicle worked on in the shop for a while, and then all of a sudden you look at the itemized bill and it actually has like how many hours they worked on it and stuff like that? No. Sometimes that's very sad. Um, I can tell you right now, my water pump went out in my car last year. To actually get to the water pump, they had to pull the motor out of the car because it was on the timing chain. It's like at least a 12-hour job. Yeah, very big bill for that. Very big bill for it because in the summer, same thing happened in my wife's car. It was great. So amazing. Loved it. Some things I can fix. When you're talking about timing chain and stuff like that, that's like how it runs. All right, compound inequality. A number is no more than 11, no less than 6. So we have 6, we have 11, we have a number. No more, no less. Okay. Y'all actually do a lot of this more. It says, okay, we've got to get between this and this. All right. Josie, are you watching your stocks right now? Yeah. So you're watching where it gets in that because you probably have a happy medium spot where you either buy or sell, right? Okay. This would be that type of situation. Okay. The difference between twice a number and 5. So we got 9, we got 19. We got twice a number minus 5. Okay. Now, again, stuff like this we won't have later on the semester, but it's a good review. Okay. You would actually see some of this on Algebra 1 or college algebra for those that are, you know, I don't know if I told y'all, but like and I'll talk to y'all more about it. Like the Fame Academy they have at Calhoun, like it takes 2.5 years. You're making money as you go, and you only have to take like the lowest math and lowest English, and the rest of it is like what you're doing, like trade, like electrical or whatever. All right, so we're looking for numbers between 7 and 12. Okay. And as far as stuff that we'll do, we will actually look at more stuff like number 12 than we would number 13. Okay. George's car can travel between this and this on a full tank of gas. He's driven 75 miles since he's filled up. Okay. A lot of y'all probably would not set this up. Okay. Because if you did, it would look really weird. But for those people that have to, okay, I do know that some people would actually just go ahead and subtract the 75 ahead. Now, if you're a crew chief on a helicopter crew, that's kind of important because you have to calculate how many pounds of fuel. Trust me, you don't want to be that person that miscalculates and you run out of fuel while you're in the air. That's not a good time for anybody. Okay. Does anybody have um, aquariums at the house? Like you have pet fish? You do? The freshwater or saltwater? Freshwater, yeah. Saltwater fish are very expensive and they're very temperamental because if they're supposed to be warm water fish and you have the door open right now and the water cools down, it could kill all the fish. And that's expensive. Yeah. All right. So this is our between stuff. We'll do it in blue. Okay. There is like I have seen there's a type of great white shark that's like, I forget, it's like a Pomeranian type version of a great white shark. Like they only get like this big. I mean, still could probably tear you up, but they look very cute. I'm not going to try to, pet one. All right. That was a good class, good lesson, good review. Okay. Good. Don't forget, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.